All right, fanboys, we have the Space Wolf Venerable Dreadnought here. It is also, I guess, just a normal Space Wolf Dreadnought, and also Bjorn and Murderfang. So great box set. Very excited about this one. I have to say, Games Workshop I think did well for the Wolves this time going around. I'm so upset that we didn't have a Ragnar model or updated Aldrich model, or some of the other characters that we should have models for. But that's okay. There's conversions. It's part of the game, guys. You got to hobby a little bit. So just want to do a quick unboxing. Of course, here we have some of the pictures. We got Bjorn, we got Murderfang, we have some different options. Let's go ahead and pop this up. Very good kit. I bought a couple of these. This one is brand new. I haven't built this guy yet. Got our base. Kind of disappointed with the normal, everyday, average base. They used to have a special base for Dreadnoughts that was textured. I'll show that in another video. But kind of disappointed about that. No big deal. So good, clean stuff. We have some different options. There is, I guess, two setups for the right arm if you want to do a hand-to-hand combat arm, and of course one setup for the left arm, which is going to be a hand-to-hand combat arm. We do have a couple different weapons. We have the assault cannon, we have the Melta, and we have the frost cannon. A little disappointed that there's no plasma cannon in here, as Bjorn should have a plasma cannon option, or a las cannon for that matter. I do have an extra las cannon. I don't have a plasma cannon, so I'd have to figure out how to go and get one. I guess you could kit bash this with a normal Dreadnought if you wanted to. There are extra plates like this that would be easy to model onto a normal Dreadnought. You have two here. These are specifically to Bjorn. I guess you could use this one and not use this one. I've seen some people actually, even when they model these, they're filling the gap in with green stuff. I don't think it's that necessary. Have some different feet from your normal Dreadnought, which I actually like. These feet are almost very reminiscent of the ironclad Dreadnought feet. So like that a little bit more. Now, some criticisms. The shield is awesome. I like the concept. It does look a little odd on the figure with the giant axe. It's not hateful. It might just be a little getting used to it. The other thing, you can have a Dreadnought with a great claw, which after finding the rules sets and everything, it is just a double lightning fist. But I need to make sure that that's correct, because the downloadable version that I have is a little wonky. I have the book as well. I haven't had a chance, but I actually might use two of Bjorn's great claws to the next build that I'm going to make. Just pretty cool. It's lightning claws, no big deal. I did buy a couple of these. So let me show you guys some models put together. First up is Murderfang. Very happy with him. I think he looks pretty cool. Very Wolverine-esque. I mean, come on, doesn't get much more Wolverine than that. Now his rule set is pretty wicked. I mean, he's weapon skill 5. I think he's ballistic skill like 3 or 2 or something ridiculous. It doesn't matter. One weapon's a template. It's not going to matter. Any other's a storm bolter. You're not really going to care. He does have, I believe, 4 base attacks. So he has 5 attacks because of his dual close combat weapons. And when he charges, he gets rage. So he gets +2. So that's 7 on the charge. He also gets D3 for rampage if he's outnumbered. So that's a minimum of 8, maximum of 10 if he's outnumbered, which 9 times out of 10 he's going to be, because very rarely is he going to be running at another Dreadnought or somebody that's just one model. But I mean, he could be a character killer. So he does have it will not die, and he ignores shaken and stunned, so that's pretty cool. He does have 3 hull points. Furthermore, he's got 2 mastercrafted weapons, so that's 2 hits you can re-roll. So he's hitting on 3s anyway. So if you're rolling 10 attacks, yeah, you might roll a couple, 1s and 2s for majority of the time. You're gonna get 2 of those re-rolls, and then he has a shred rule, so he's re-rolling his wounds. And since he's strength 10 or strength 7, I'm sorry, strength 7, most of the time it's going to be 2+. So that's pretty nasty, all for 135 points. So I will be painting him up soon. I haven't got a chance to him. I've just been modeling a lot and also finishing up the game room for our club. So I haven't got as much modeling as I wanted to do. It's very nice, very lovely. Really enjoy the model. I love the flavor. I like the fact that it's some, forgotten Dreadnought of some lost company or something. Who knows who he is? And he wolfened out. And that speaks volumes about the Dreadnought survivability in the fluff, that this guy can just be raging for how many years. And the fact that they use Hellfrost cannons to freeze him over and then control him. Pretty cool. And then we have the shield and the axe Dreadnought. I did add the skull, the little wolf skull. I did actually like that. One other cool thing, if you guys noticed, this pelt that goes with the shoulder pad, there is two different heads. There's one with the skull and there's one with actually the fixed head, which is pretty cool in the modeling aspect. They give you some extra stuff, that the pelt is pretty much the same. And a lot of similarities with this. Their positions are pretty much the same. A few changes. I did add the pelt underneath here. The other cool thing is all these little bits that we have extra will look great on vehicles. I'm gonna have 2 extra storm shields to put on vehicles and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go back between that and the stuff from the Storm Fang and the Storm Claw, the extra vehicle decoration bits. Should be some really cool stuff to spice up even some existing Space Wolf vehicles and make them more wolfy, as I call them. So pretty cool. I know, again, just little things like the ruins in the back and the wolf thing here. Actually, this is, oh yeah, I didn't glue that in there, so I could take that out and move it if I need to. Whatever way I wanted to position it. I think up high looks a little bit better than just down like that. I think I did glue this in though. Yeah, I did glue that in. I don't know why. Sometimes I do stuff like that. So pretty cool. Now, let's talk about extra bits. So from those kits, I had enough extra bits to throw in a claw and arm. I did have to get close combat arm. This is for some Forge World Venerable Dreadnoughts that I've had forever. And they didn't come with any arms, and I've just been too lazy to go out and get arms for them. They've been sitting there just chilling. I did have like one las cannon. Now, the problem with this is that the plastic doesn't fit very well on that. It's not like other ones that you can just, pop the arms off and whatnot. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So I did glue these down. I was gonna magnet them, but magnets for me are hit or miss with fine cast or resin. Sometimes I broke it, so I just went ahead and glued these guys on there. I need a melt-a-gun Dreadnought just to have one with a flamer. I do like the claw, it looks pretty snazzy. And so I did that twice. And as you see, I had a little flare on that. I moved that a little bit, and I'll probably dress these guys up a little bit more. This one's got the frost cannon. I wanted some shootier wolves, so I'm gonna do a drop pod type list. So extra bits to do that was pretty cool. I do have one las cannon, one that I'm probably gonna do as well. So, all right. So we got those 2 guys right there. We got the Venerable with the shield and Murderfang. So, and then I have this older one from many years ago that he's actually painted, so you guys can actually appreciate his paint job. He's not very wolfy. I did as about as wolfy as you can do, adding some decals. There's some battle damage. I did add one of these, and this is an old Dreadnought. I've had it for a while. I did, put some battle scars on his leg piece. Nothing super sophisticated. Bullet holes in his arm. I can take his arms off if I want to switch out some different weapon systems. But of course, all my arms and stuff have gone the way of the dodo. I saw a really good picture of somebody who actually, in one of the books, that painted the hand red. I might go back and paint that hand red to represent that model. Old searchlight and smokestacks and stuff like that. I might even rip this off and put the Space Wolfy one like this on top of that. I do that from time to time. I'll go back and I'll break off some stuff and re-add some stuff to make the model more up to date. I don't really care about doing that as long as it's clean. So, but he's just a normal he might just be a normal Dreadnought and not a Venerable Dreadnought. So here's the dilemma, guys. I have one set left over. I did buy 3 of these, and what am I gonna do? I need a Bjorn, right? Well, I kind of have a Bjorn, and I want to share your guys' opinion. So please comment on this, whether you guys think I should just go with another Dreadnought or I should replace this Bjorn. Now, he's not done painted, but as you guys can see, he is pretty beefy. This is a modification of a Space Wolf assault cannon and I think it was something from an Ironclad Dreadnought, I don't remember. But I'm not done painting, like I'm gonna do stripes or something on that. His face is a storm shield that's been cut out. This arm right here particularly I'm pretty fond of. Let me rip that off real quick. So the Ironclad Dreadnought close combat weapon, I added some spikes from some Tyranids, and that is a full modified heavy flamer from the Terminator set on there. And then I have the cape from the Terminator set on that arm. He's decorated to the, there are some of his stripes on there. I did paint that. There's all kind of different add-ons from the Space Wolf kit that I put on there to make him really fluffy, even the top of a hammer. Belts and pelts and yada, yada, yada. So, needless to say, he is really, really wolfy. Really happy with the different stuff on him. He looks like he really is a 10,000-year-old dreadnought or whatever. But I am kind of a purist when it comes to models, and it's difficult for me, man. Should I just make this another badass Venerable Dreadnought, or should this be my Bjorn? And should I make, you know, the Bjorn on the box? Because, you know, back in the day, I did have a Bjorn like this. I actually have 2 metal Bjorns someplace that have been stripped, and, you know, I'm still going to put those together and run them at, you know, at some point, you know, when I get time to finish taking care of those. So that's my dilemma. You know, I got 6 built Dreadnoughts right now. I got 2 more metal Dreadnoughts, and for Space Wolves, and I have 2. I got 1 here in the box. I might make another shooty Dreadnought. I don't have one that's got a, you know, las cannon or anything like that, which I have a las cannon bit, but that could, you know, go on this guy for need be. So some advice, some, you know, opinions. He did have one of the Space Wolf banners on him that looked pretty cool, because Bjorn did have one back in the day. And I was going to put some artwork on there to match it, like green stuff it over and paint an artwork on it. So he's awesome. And he did actually have a storm shield back here as well. But I broke off because I actually needed the model. Now that I have some extra bits, I might put it back on there. So, but I do like that flamer. You know, that flamer looks so much better than that dinky little flamer right there. I mean, it's a heavy flamer, yeah, I get it, but this flamer looks badass. I mean, you know, the assault cannon is the only thing. I mean, you guys can see the thickness of the assault cannon normally versus that assault cannon. So this assault cannon doesn't look small, but it is very wolfy, you know. So, and if it's good enough for a Terminator, you know, whatever. And this is plastic card. I got to finish putting some, you know, snazzy paint jobs on that. So his base coat's a painted. He hasn't been washed yet, or you know, all the other highlights. You know, this is something to be, you know, painted, everything. So let me get you guys' opinion on that, and let me know what you think in the comments below. But we will be running some very fun Dreadnought-based armies. Pretty excited about that. I have been playing Space Wolves for so long. We have a lot here at the club. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount. I probably still have 50 Great Hunter models or troop models that haven't been even assembled, maybe 25 Terminators that haven't been assembled. And I might be saving those for when the Horus Heresy Space Wolf stuff comes out. I might do a 30K Legion army as well. So I'm waiting to see what Forge World puts out, because I can't have enough wolves, and I am kind of a army builder, so I am making approximately 4 to 5 complete great companies. So I have my Drop Pod Ragnar army. I'll have my Full of Elites Logan Grimnar army. I'll have my Fast Attack Herald Thunderwolf on Wolfback army, or Sven Fire Breather, Fire whatever, I can't remember his name. And actually I have a Iron Hands army that is Space Wolf themed, so it is an Iron Wolves army, because I feel, you know, I want something that's really different, and I actually do want just a vanilla Space Marine army with some wolfy style. So they actually had a completely different color scheme. They're gray and red instead of the blue. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You guys have any suggestions or comments, please put them in the comments below. But in review, really enjoyed the set. Here's the extra bits from the other 2. So a lot of extra bits, and of course, I've already dressed up 2 other Dreadnoughts with them. So a lot of extra bits to do some pretty cool stuff, some pretty cool conversions. I will be modifying a Inquisitor model to be a greater demon. So if I ever do the you know, cast a demon spell or summon a demon, it will be a giant, you know, Space Wolf warrior type thing for my greater demon, which that axe would be pretty cool. So that's one thing that, like, I want to model it in a fluffy way. If I'm going to be summoning demons, they're going to be you know, Space Wolf themed demons. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and comment below, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
We'll be right back.